Let's begin. It's the win. Listen, laugh, and learn and understand. Hope, believe that you can. It's the Women's Information Network. It's the win.
Welcome to the Win Show. We're so glad you joined us. I'm Paula Fellingham, CEO of the Women's Information Network, thewinonline.com. We're the online home for all women, all ages, a community of women helping women. Our hosts are Heather Anderson, she's a runner-up for Miss USA, and Laura Lee Christensen is the Executive Vice President of the Win, and Kim Coles is an actress, a comedian, and a speaker. Our guest today is the wonderful Michelle Price. She's a social marketing guru who helps people create a strong online presence and platform on all the social networking websites. You know, she is the stealth secret weapon behind many of the social media programs, the many stars. She is working with those who are on the inside. She is an insider. Michelle Price is also a wonderful friend. Welcome.
Thank you.
We're so glad you're here.
We're so happy to have you.
She is the secret weapon behind the celebrities. Mm-hmm.
I have to say that Michelle introduced me to you, and this is why I'm here. So
There
she's
you go.
connecting
There you
already.
go.
There we go.
That's right.
And you have a phrase that you've trademarked which I love, which has to do with connectivity. What's your phrase?
Connectivity is the new currency.
And why is that? Why is that?
Well, we're connected. The internet has become a place where everybody goes to connect. Mm-hmm. And it's social. We're social people. So the internet had to become social.
Yes.
So that's where all of the Web 2.0 came from, and all of that's like the next generation of the web. The web all grown up.
Yeah.
Well, the web all grown up. The web's growing up.
Yeah.
Well, connectivity is currency. If you are connected to people, you know, for example, if you've got a, say you've got a network, okay, your computer's networked, and you can't even get to the network unless it's connected.
Oh, I like that. We have to be connected from the very beginning.
Exactly, and women know how to do that better than anybody else.
Now, a lot of my peers, like, we're all on Facebook, we're all Twittering, and we're using it to stay in touch as friends and to find out who broke up with whom and what she wore to that party last night, looking at the pictures. How can we actually use this in business?
Well, you use it to create, fill the holes in your network. The first thing you have to realize is the network that I have now going to get me where I want to go? All right? And you have to look at social media. If you look at media and the word networking, social media, social networking, media is the word, it's content, all right? Networking is relationships. You use the media to create the relationships that you want. So you have to know the goals for your business.
That's great.
And then you align your social media strategy with that.
I just love that we can use Facebook and Twitter and our online networking to
It can be a time drain, but you really want to be focused. There's an acronym for that, focus. Follow one course until successful.
Ooh,
So you
follow
do-
one course until
Very
successful. So look right there at our girlfriends.
That's
and
right, girlfriends.
Give them some of your
Follow,
tips.
focus. Follow one course until successful.
And give them some tips.
Okay. Pick,
How do you know the one course? How, if you're not sure, how do
which
you
one of our
find that one
20,000
course?
courses do we pick to be connected?
which one's the most profitable for you?
Give them some tips.
Which one's the most profitable? You have to first figure out what's your why. Why are you doing this? What is social media or your presence or increasing your network? Because it's really about increasing your network.
It is.
What is increasing your network going to do for you? Well, you know, I've created a network that feeds me for over the last 6 years, and it's not that big. So you just start thinking, if you add more people to your network, let them know, let your network know what you're up to. So, but you first have to be focused, because people need to know how to help you. They don't know how to help you if you don't tell them how to help you, what to help you with.
have to ask.
And we can appear very scattered. And we want many things. We've got all these different projects we're trying to focus on. You can't focus on too many things. That's just a misnomer. You can't do it. So find the thing that makes you really happy, makes your heart sing, and then figure out how that can work and make you money.
I love that you just said that lets your heart sing. This is one of the things I say
That's
all the
it.
time.
That is
I love
it. Because then you'll never work a day in your life,
No,
right?
if you
Like
love
I
what you do.
love
Never
what
be
I do.
work.
I
Yeah.
love what I do.
Yeah.
I decide
Not
who I want to
drudgery.
meet, and then I go check them out on Facebook. I check them out on Twitter. I figure out who already knows them that I might know, and then I contact them. And by the time I connect with them, I've got a whole series of the way I connect, and it just leads to a very deep conversation quickly. And the next thing you know, they're asking me what they can do for me.
That's true.
But I approach them to find out what I could do for them, and I usually already know what I can do for you because I've already looked you up.
Yeah.
Done your homework.
So
I've done my homework.
Some of the women are a little probably overwhelmed by the magnitude of opportunity out there. I mean, it's how do I get on Twitter, or do I want to be on Facebook? It's a little scary. What would you say? What do you say to the women that you work with their businesses? Not to be afraid, or be careful, or do you encourage them? Do you teach them how and let them know if it's hard?
No matter what, the first thing I do is I figure out what is it that they want. Everybody wants something. So I try to connect with the person's vision and figure out that, here's the thing, if you can connect somebody with their vision, you get connected with their vision, then they'll pretty much, it's leverage for them. Like Tony Robbins says, they'll go do it. It's the thing that's going to pull them forward and get over the fear. So you've got to connect them to their biggest, highest goal on the planet. And for me, it's thought leadership for women. I want women to use social media to become known as leading thinkers and industry experts. Because right now what I'm seeing is it's all the guys, and we need that feminine energy to balance that out.
And that's what your show is about.
Yeah,
That's
I've
what
heard
my
you talk
show's
a lot about what is a thought leader.
Well, a thought leader, according to Wikipedia, that's I'll go there, is an original thing. Well, you know what? I'll go back. I actually was part of a publishing company. We published a book called The Art of Original Thinking, The Making of a Thought Leader. And we decided that a thought leader was an original thinker because you can't think other people's thoughts if you're going to be a thought leader.
go.
So what we did was we came up with a 3-part process, which was you have to release the past, embrace the present, and create the future.
Ooh, I love that. Say
Say that again.
Yeah.
Release the past, embrace the present,
Did we take
and create the future.
Create the future.
So that's how you become an original thinker. And one of the, but going back to the Wikipedia definition, it's a person who is recognized by their peers in the industry as a person who is has ideas and doesn't mind sharing those ideas. And what that does is it attracts people to you and your ideas. And so you use that to then create the business that you want. It just brings business to you. It's an attractor factor.
You set yourself up as a leader.
You set yourself up as a leader.
As an expert.
Right. In fact, when I do a talk, and I always ask the audience, how many people in here have more than 1,000 followers on Twitter? Everybody raises their hand. They're all excited. And I said, how about more than 5,000? They raise their hand. They're all excited. I says, I have a question for you. Where are you leading them?
Great question.
Great question. And then I ask them how many they're following. And if they're following, 5,000 people, I said, where are you being led?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Really
And so if you look at social media and marketing from that perspective, you have a message, you want to lead people somewhere, you have to really focus on where it is that you're going, and there's people that want to come with you, and they want to be led. So you have to be the leader.
And this is what your show is
That's
about.
what my show is. My show is going to be about, it's the Thought Leadership Show, and I've coined a phrase, thought leadership.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thought leadership. I actually just bought the URL, so we're going to put in the lexicon there. And I'm just going to actually go out and find the visionaries in Web 2.0, in social media, all the women that are up to big things in this new medium, and interview them on the show.
Oh, that'll be
love that.
fascinating.
And I found 10 from Fast Company, and then just to give it visibility and to say, here are these women, here are their ideas. Isn't that great? And how'd you learn that? How'd you do that?
I love it. Oh, we have loved being with you.
Yes,
Oh, I'd
thank
love
you,
to be with
Michelle.
you too.
Yes, there's
And
so
you
much
too.
to learn. Yes. And we invite you all to go to thewinonline.com, where you're always going to get these kind of fabulous solutions, share your good ideas, and really connect with women worldwide. Now let's live joyfully with passion and purpose. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
It's the Women's Information Network. It's the win.